Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ryan McNulty here to answer one of your questions. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. This question comes from Paul Smith, and he asks, is WWE going the way of a more edgier product? Now, I don't necessarily think that they are going in that direction. I really think you have to ask yourself, if they're going edgier, well, in comparison to what? In comparison to what they are now, I would say that I think they like where they're at, where they can be edgy, but they only kind of take it out of the bag every once in a while, and not enough for it to be like, hey, this is the Attitude Era coming again once more. They love to be that family-friendly product, although I think you could argue that their product itself just isn't designed to necessarily be family friendly unless you're going the route of, say the early 90s, where it was almost more of like cartoon characters battling against each other. But I think they just like to stay in this ground where they're like PG-13. They kind of flirt between the two, and every once in a while Brock Lesnar shows up and says a few bad words. And of course, they'll do some really messed up storylines. I mean, like the whole thing what they did with Paul Bearer in CM Punk, like that. I mean, in a way, that's edgy, but I don't know if that's edgy for the right reasons. But I think that's just how they operate, is when they want to get people talking, they'll do something a little controversial. But are they going towards the direction of the Attitude Era? I don't think they'll ever go that extreme again. The late 90s were kind of a unique time where things like Jerry Springer and what WWE was doing was just the popular thing. That was the thing that was cool, and times have really changed. People are a lot more politically correct and sensitive, and everyone wants to appeal to everybody, which isn't necessarily the best route to go. And I just don't think WWE wants to go down that road. They feel this need that they don't want to alienate anyone. There's other TV shows that are out there that I think are doing more edgier things. And the thing is, nowadays, if you want to do something edgy, I feel like you have to do it not for just the sake of being edgy, but if it fits within the confines of your story. In WWE, I just don't think they want to do that type of edginess anymore, and they're just going to pull some foul language out of the bag whenever they want. They have stockholders. They want to keep this image of, philanthropy and anti-bullying campaigns and stuff. And even though you could argue a lot of their content, you look at the Bayley and Alexa Bliss storyline, and if you're trying to be family friendly, well, the hero never won, and you can't even necessarily blame that on the injury just because of the way that they positioned her. Because who knows, it didn't really look like Bayley was going to win even if she did face Alexa Bliss. I mean, we can't really say for sure, but that story was really just the bully being Alexa Bliss continued to bully Bayley, and then she just continued to win. There was no redemption for Bayley, and maybe that will come down the line, but is that really what we should be teaching kids? I don't know. But it's like they kind of want to have both ways of, hey, we're family friendly, but we're going to tell these stories in wrestling that just kind of aren't really teaching family values, if that's the way they want to go. I don't know. If I had the call, I would say be edgier, be more compelling. That being edgier doesn't mean you have to have like HLA like they used to and start dropping F-bombs all the time, but tell more interesting stories that are a little, little more compelling, a little more interesting, a little riskier. I don't even know what that would be, but you know what I mean? A little more adult oriented stories. I mean, this television show is on at like 10, it's on from 8 to 11 at night. How many kids are honestly up at 10:30 still watching this television show? I'm not sure. So do I think WWE should take a little more chances and be a little edgier without having to be trash TV? I think they should. But do I think they will? No. I think they like the place that they're in. They can throw in some edginess every now and then, but kind of stay in this, hey, we're not controversial and edgy enough that anyone can call us out. So we're good here. So that's where I think WWE is going to stay. But thank you for the question. We got our podcast coming up this Wednesday. We're going to be talking about, we're going to do our SmackDown full roster review. We did our Raw one on the previous podcast if you want to check that out. So it'll be Juan and I discussing maybe Keith. Not going to promise that. We don't know yet about Keith. But that's what's coming down the pike over on the YouTube channel this coming Wednesday. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.